What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Baseball Talk on Rojas Media. Sitting here a day or two after the regular season of Major League Baseball has ended. Another year of missing the playoffs for the Philadelphia Phillies. I want to sit here and pretty much reflect on this season for the Phillies. Basically, look, finished 82 and 80. Another season, just hovering around 500. This year, finally a winning season, the first time since 2011 when they had that 102-win season. And we all remember the heartbreaking loss to the Cardinals, a team that should have won the World Series. But this team, not a team that was supposed to win the World Series, not a team that was supposed to make the playoffs. I want to get that straight. We can pretty much get right to it. Look, my biggest thing is I don't understand the disgust. And I guess part of it might be that, this is the 10th straight year that we missed the playoffs. I get that, but I feel like the expectations from a lot of fans is that, this is disappointing, we missed the playoffs. Like, this should be expected. We shouldn't be sitting here saying, oh my God, the Phillies missed the playoffs. Like, this team was they weren't supposed to contend. No. If you had looked at the roster construction from the beginning of this year, looking at our farm system, and even looking at an offense that was supposed to be really good, and they really were just okay for the most part over, the length of 162 games. This team was not supposed to contend. They didn't have a whole bunch of starting pitching. Look, Zach Wheeler was amazing. That's one of the positives that we're going to talk about. Zach Wheeler was amazing. Aaron Nola was not. Aaron Nola was extremely mediocre this season, and they needed him to have a really good season for them to even have a chance at the NL East. Look, at a certain point, they were first place in the NL East. But the Braves showed why they win, why they have been winning. Even when they lose players like Acuna Jr., they still find a way to win the NL East. This team was not expected to win. Look, I'm tired of seeing I've seen people saying this is a disappointing season. Like, yeah, I guess as a fan, you're disappointed. But, how can you I don't understand this, they pull you back in, and now you're back out. If you've been watching baseball, you understand that it's like this. You get that baseball is up and down, ebbs and flows. I don't understand I understand the commitment of being a fan and all that, but I mean, come on. You had to know. You look at the roster construction, you look at all this. Look, Bryce can have an MVP season. He probably will win the MVP this year, and that's awesome. That'll be the highlight of the year. But you need more than that. And this is, and I hate the people that say, oh, well, you have Real Muto, and you have Harper, and you have Nola, and you're supposed to win. You're supposed to get it. No, it doesn't work that way. The Texas Rangers used to have Alex Rodriguez, and they had him having legendary seasons. Legendary. And they would win 70 to 75 games. Doesn't work that way. Does not. Okay? It does not work that way. So look, positives to take away from the Philly season, Zach Wheeler having top 5 candidacy in the in the Cy Young conversation. Ranger Suarez is going to be a piece going forward. We're not going to talk about the offseason too much and next year, especially that's 5-6 months away. But Ranger Suarez, man, ERA under 2. Look, mix it up between he was in the pen to start the year, and then started 12 or 13 games. Was one of the pleasant surprises this year for the Phillies. Excited to have Ranger Suarez as a Philly, still young. And obviously I mentioned Bryce having an MVP season. Fun to watch, man. No matter what, that was really fun to watch. To see how much he wanted it, how hot he got at certain points. Bryce was incredible. It's really up in the air for me with Bryce, Tatis, Soto. All of them are deserving for the MVP. And of course, Phillies fans are going to, go insane if he doesn't win the MVP. The other two aren't deserving. Negatives, man. As I said, Aaron Nola, Alec Bohm, and I know, and we're kind of seeing it with the developmental system, the Phillies developing their younger players. We kind of saw that with Alec Bohm this year, but, part of that's on Bohm, part of that's on him, but he's figuring it out, man. He's still a young player, he's figuring it out. Let's try to have patience. I know it's really hard to do in Philadelphia. Let's try to have patience with Alec Bohm. That's what we need to have. So I'm not yes, part of this season is on him. A little bit of it is on him. They expecting him to have a good season. Finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting last year. But look, Bohm's young. I still believe he's going to be a good player. Defensively, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him defensively. Bullpen, man, bullpen. Technically, yes, they were better than last year, but that's because they had a historically bad season. They were still 24th in relievers ERA, out of all 30 teams in Major League Baseball. They were still bad. They were still really bad. One of the worst in the National League. One of the worst in baseball. Something they gotta fix. And also another negative, they didn't have a leadoff hitter. Look, they didn't have a center fielder, really. And, I didn't think that was, the biggest deal in the world. I thought their offense was going to be good enough to carry them. They weren't going to need, a crazy good center fielder. But, to be fair, they didn't have a leadoff hitter. Odubel came in, and Odubel was, okay at certain points. He got hot at certain points, too. But he was just overall okay. And he was hitting leadoff, and they kind of switched it up with him, and, Kutch, and, some other players, but they need a leadoff hitter. You need somebody with a better on-base percentage than 320. You just have to. So those are my positives and negatives, really, for the most part. We saw how important Rhys Hoskins was to the offense once he got hurt. But to me, in my opinion, I still think that we're going to lose the National League East, even if Rhys stayed in. It's not like Rhys automatically makes them 20 wins better. He might have made them a win or two better. Let's be real. Maybe we'd be sitting here with 83 or 84 wins. Braves still win the East. And overall, man, I mean, you need a farm system. And the Braves proved that. We've seen it with other teams in the past. This season just proves it. You can't just buy players. You can't just, you need, guys are going to get hurt. Injuries happen. Zach Eflin's gotten hurt this year. Rhys Hoskins has got hurt this year. Real Muto's missed time. Even Bryce missed time a little bit, even though he's going to win MVP, hopefully. Injuries happen, and you have to have guys that are ready to come up just in case. And you had nobody. You're not going to bring up Adonis Medina. You're not going to call up Bryson Stott yet because he's not ready either. And hopefully he's going to be a player for the Phils. And Bohm had to get sent down. And then he got brought back up. I mean, it's obviously the farm system is a huge, and they made some changes, to the higher ups in the farm system, with Don Mattingly's son, I believe, right? Preston Mattingly. Hopefully we're going in the right direction there, and that's my only hope as a Phillies fan going forward, man, is that I just think this team isn't it, unfortunately. I love some of the guys here, Harper, Rhys, Zach Wheeler. These are all great players, good players. But this isn't it, man. This isn't it. You're gonna need some fresh, homegrown talent going forward. Overall, man, just the starting pitching was mediocre. Bullpen wasn't good. Offense was disappointingly mediocre. That's the one thing I can say. I was disappointed in the offense. Didi Gregorius, one more guy I haven't really gotten to. Didi Gregorius. At first, I kind of gave some excuses the first, 40 or 50 games because, he was, dealing with some injuries this year. But after that, he's been bad. And, they needed him to be good. And he was one of their best hitters in the shortened season last year. He was a big reason why their offense was as good as it was, and he wasn't good. He was terrible. He was awful. Very bad. Very disappointed in Didi. Understand injuries are part of the game, but you gotta hit a little better than you were, man. I expected him to get hot at some point, and he didn't. So Didi, and defensively terrible. I don't think defense is as important as it some people make it out to be, but I don't think it's that big of a deal for the Phillies defense that it was. Yes, it was bad this year, but you're not telling me you're sitting here with a decent Phillies defense and they made the playoffs. It doesn't matter, man. The Braves have a good defense. Have you seen their middle infield? Have you seen their Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, Albies, Swanson? Come on, man. Get out of here with that. Braves were going to win the NL East. It was cool to see the Phils in the first in the NL East. At a certain point, it felt like maybe we were going to make a run, but come on, man. It's baseball. It's baseball. Ebbs and flows. Come on. If you watch baseball, you understand it's ebbs and flows. It's how it works. It's a long season. So, yeah, man. I'll probably make a video soon about what they need to do in the off season. I might do some playoff predictions here and there for some of the teams that are in the playoffs. Yankees, Red Sox tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. So let me know what you thought of the video. Follow me on Twitter at Rojas_media_, on Instagram at Rojas_media. Tell me what you thought of the vid.